It's me. I know. I know it's late. I know I probably shouldn't have called. I almost didn't. But I'm sitting here at 1:47 in the morning, and I've opened and deleted your contact like 4 times in the past hour, and I couldn't not call. You picked up. You actually picked up. I'm sitting in my room. Yeah, lights off, just the candles. I couldn't sleep. I don't know why. It just felt too heavy in here tonight. It's raining outside my window. You know that sound? When rain hits the glass and it's just gentle. It reminded me of that night we drove back from the mountains, and you made me pull over just to listen to it. You said, and I'm quoting you directly, "Some sounds deserve your full attention." I thought that was so cheesy at the time. I've thought about it maybe 100 times since. I saw something today. Well, someone. A couple, actually, outside the coffee shop near my office. They were arguing. Not loudly, just that kind of quiet arguing where you can tell it really matters to both of them. And then, right in the middle of it, the guy just stopped, and he looked at her, and he said something. I couldn't hear it, but she went completely still, and then she laughed, and they were fine, just like that. And I stood there on the sidewalk like an idiot, with my coffee getting cold, because the only thing I could think was, we never got to do that. We never got to be the couple that fights and then figures it out. We just stopped. And I've been carrying that around for 2 years, and I didn't even know it until today, standing on a stupid sidewalk. Can I ask you something? And you don't have to answer if you don't want to. Did you ever think about calling me? Like, ever? Even once? Yeah? I'm glad you said that. I don't know why, I needed to know I wasn't the only one who thought about it. I thought about calling you on your birthday. I was literally dialing. And then I thought, what if he's moved on? What if someone else answers? And I chickened out. What if she answers? I had this whole nightmare scenario in my head. Do you remember our first apartment? Not the second one, the tiny one, with the window that wouldn't close all the way, and in winter you could literally see your breath in the kitchen. I hated that apartment so much. I complained about it every single day. It's the place I felt most at home in my entire life. I think it was because of you. You made even a broken, drafty, overpriced shoebox feel like somewhere worth being. I used to watch you make coffee in the morning. You had this whole ritual. You didn't even notice you were doing it, but it was the same every time. Kettle first. Then you'd rinse the mug, even though it was already clean. Then you'd look out the window for a second, before you did anything else, like you were checking in with the day. I never told you that I used to pretend to be asleep sometimes, just so I could watch you do it, without you performing it for me. Just you, in your own world, being yourself. That's when I knew I loved you. Not some big dramatic moment, just you, rinsing a clean mug. I'm not calling to get back together. I want you to know that. I'm not drunk. I'm not having a breakdown. I'm just someone who has been thinking for 2 years and finally ran out of reasons not to say the things I've been thinking. I was so angry at you when we ended. I think you knew that. I needed someone to blame, and you were there, and it was easy. But somewhere around the 1-year mark, I started being honest with myself about my part in it, about the ways I shut down when things got hard, the way I'd make you feel like your feelings were too much, even when they weren't, even when they were completely valid. You deserved better than that. You deserved someone who stayed in the room when it got uncomfortable, and I kept leaving. Emotionally, I kept leaving. I'm sorry for that specifically. I've wanted to say it for a long time. Can I tell you something weird? I feel more comfortable talking to you right now after 2 years than I have felt talking to anyone in I don't even know how long. Isn't that strange? Like some part of me just exhaled when you picked up. I've been on dates, a few, and they're fine. They're perfectly nice people. But there's always this moment, usually around the 2nd or 3rd time you see someone, where I'm sitting there and they're talking and I'm nodding, and all I can think is, this person doesn't know me yet, and I'm so tired of starting over. Is that pathetic? Be honest. Okay, good. Because I've been telling myself it's pathetic for 6 months. Here's the thing. I've been sitting here, staring at your contact, trying to figure out how to say, I don't want to go back. I know we can't go back. That version of us, it needed to end, I think. We weren't ready. But I keep wondering if that means it has to be over. Like, actually over. Or if it just means that chapter is over. Because I look at who I am now and who you were becoming when we were together, and I think maybe we were just early. Maybe we needed all of this time apart to become the people who could actually make it work. I know how that sounds. Believe me, I know. I'm a girl sitting alone in her room in the dark, calling her ex at 2 a.m. I sound like the plot of a movie I would genuinely make fun of. But I mean it, every word. I'm not asking you for anything tonight. I want to be clear about that. I'm not asking you to say you feel the same way, or that you want to try again, or any of that. I just needed you to know that I think about you, that I'm not the same person I was, that if there's any part of you that ever wondered if I regretted how it ended, I did. I do. Thank you for picking up, and for listening, and for not hanging up on me, which, honestly, would have been fair. I should probably try to sleep before the sun comes up and I regret staying up this late. Hey, would it be okay if I called again sometime? Not like this, just normally, to talk. Yeah? Okay. Good night. It was really good to hear your voice.